You pick the side, I just hope you gon' stand on it.
Welcome back to the Stand On It podcast, the sports talk show where we bring you real conversations, analyzing and breaking down the game we love with no clickbait, no gimmicks, and no BS. Thank you for joining us. This is season 2, episode 1. My name is Khalil Chapman, one of your hosts, here joined with my brother.
Yeah, Tay-B, man. Y'all know we back, season 2. We're going to have so much things under our sleeves. Man, y'all check us out. Man, we got a meal, man. Shout out Nawa Market. We got a Stand On It podcast meal, hot lemon pepper, 10-piece combo. Y'all go there. My boy Musa said y'all still ain't came and got y'all a free meal. Whoever get to Nawa Market first get a free meal from off of my dime. So y'all go check that out, man. We got more collabs coming soon, so we appreciate the support.
There you go. Pull up on them. Ask for the Stand On It wings and tell them we sent you.
For sure.
Right on. Getting into it, man, it's been a minute since we've talked about the NBA season. Season 1 of Stand On It podcast was pretty much all about the NFL. But, man, we're about 2/4 of the way or 2/3 of the way through the season. We got a little home stretch left and want to talk about who the biggest surprises of the NBA season are. Who are some of the teams that have brought some of the biggest surprises of the year? Maybe we didn't know they would be this good.
I would definitely go with the Pistons. Just because when we did our prediction episode, I believe I had the Pistons 3rd or 4th as the seed for the Eastern Conference, and they're the number 1 seed by a lot. And they really, it's just Cade and, Jalen Duren, but Cade is really taking over as the alpha of the team. You really don't have another star with him. And the fact that they're the number 1 seed shows to J.B. Bickerstaff, used to coach for the Cavs, that's now for the Pistons now, how good of a coach he is. And they just play together, man. They real gritty. They got, enforcers like Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren. They got people that will go play defense in Asar Thompson. They got a shooter in Duncan Robinson. And, I just think that they ain't really been tested yet. Like in the playoffs, they had a 7-game series last year with the Knicks. But I think that's going to help them this playoff run to go deeper and maybe even go to the finals. So we'll see. But shout out to the Pistons for sure.
Before we move on to the next one, man, I will say I called this growth and development we see from this group. J.B. Bickerstaff does this with young teams that he comes to. You just see them play a little bit more disciplined. They play a little bit more of a team brand of basketball. They struggled against the Knicks last year. They didn't know how to win down the stretch. They turned the ball over a lot, and it was really, really high volume from some of their main guys.
Right.
I think this year they're getting it inside to Jalen Duren a little bit more, developing them. So when it comes down to it at the end of the year, they know how to slow it down to half-court pace. I had him at the 3 seed. I had Detroit at the 3 seed. You had him at the 4 seed in our beginning of the year predictions.
Yeah.
And, man, they're surpassing our expectations. So,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely shout out the Detroit Pistons, bringing the culture back. The second team on our list is the Spurs.
Another team you called, I will say, he had the Spurs being the 2nd seed in the West, and right now they're the 2nd seed in the West. So shout out to you on the prediction. I will say that I wasn't as big of a Spurs person like him. I thought they were just too young, still needed to develop. But to be the 2nd seed in the hardest conference in the NBA, you got to give kudos to them. Wemby is doing his thing. If he stays healthy and doesn't miss 17 games total, that I think he's easily going to be Defensive Player of the Year. You got De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, the 3-guard trio. Then you got Vassell and Harrison Barnes. I just think they got a lot of depth on their team.
And then the young cat who went to the Olympics, Keldon Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, they got depth, man. Even though they're young guys, I think what people wrote off at the beginning of the year was that, like, it's Victor and a bunch of others.
Right.
And when Fox got there, they're thinking, like, Fox is going to be – Fox ain't even, like, the main man in San Antonio, and I think that's gonna bode well for them towards the end of the season. You got anybody who can hit shots. Everybody's confident. And they strap up and play defense, too.
And they was I think they was 4-1 versus OKC this year. So they probably see them most likely in the Western Conference Finals if Wemby stay healthy and they stay healthy. So shout out to them. Wemby's definitely doing his thing. I think if Shea and Jokic, and we're going to get to that later with MVP, but if it was another year, he'd probably be front runner for MVP for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think the consistency around scoring and being on the court would have to be there, but otherwise, man, what we see impact on the game. I just think it's funny, like, the team is built really well to play without him. Like, when he's not in the game, they play really efficient basketball, and I think that's where they make the biggest jump.
Know, it's funny I say, though, watching them, they don't really run their offense through him, though.
Not even a little bit.
Like, Wemby's like, you would think he's 7'4", 7'5". You'd think he have a great post game or something like that. He's like out there on the 3-point line shooting a lot of threes. So,
playing motion basketball.
yeah, so I just was like, man. But shout out to the Spurs, man. They're doing their thing. And shout out to their coach, Mitch Johnson.
Next team up is the Celtics. And I got them on here because I think Jaylen Brown gets a lot of hate.
A lot of hate.
And as soon as a player like Jason Tatum goes down, you assume that this team is going to take a big jump. And for them to kind of stay and not just like tread water, but be the 1 seed, play convincing basketball. I mean, you got guys, their guard room and their wings, you got guys playing from the starters to the 3rd and 4th men coming in and giving you big minutes.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the Celtics. What's their recipe for success? And do you see them falling off at any point when Jason Tatum comes back?
Man, I had the Celtics, I think, finishing like 7 or 8 seed on my
6.
prediction.
We both had them 6 seed.
Yeah, so I didn't see this coming, but shout out to Jaylen Brown. I know back in the day, used to be arguments about him and Tatum, like who's the better person, better player, who team it is. But Jaylen Brown showed that without Tatum, that he could be a number 1 option for a lot of teams in the NBA.
Definitely.
And he's in the MVP discussion, and we'll talk about that later. But nobody, I don't think, seen him being a number 2 seed. So the fact that Jaylen Brown is doing everything he's doing, he probably will be first team all NBA for sure. He's been just playing out of his mind. And now that Jason Tatum just came back, then I think he played like 4 games so far. I think they got the success to, be better and go to the finals. Like, it would have been better if they missed. I'm not a Celtics fan. I don't like the Celtics. They're my rival. But I feel like
Your rival?
Yeah, my rival. The Pistons, they could probably make the finals if Jason Tatum didn't come back. I just think, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown got a lot of playoff experience, so that's like adding a superstar. And even though he might not be a superstar right now because he's working his way back to playing in the NBA, I still think once it's playoff time that they're going to be a tough out. They got so many weapons and depth that I think the Celtics is going to probably make the finals, in my opinion.
Make the finals is a lot, but I hear the confidence that you have in the squad. You know what I think is funny, and definitely to my guy Angel Q, the Peyton Pritchard clips of him playing like 1-on-5 in the summer against random dudes at 24-hour fitness. But they got some guys, man, and he can hoop. Peyton Pritchard can hoop. Derek White comes and plays his own brand of basketball. They got a young mini Derek White, another bald head brother, Q the song.
Ball nigga.
I just think they're deep, man. They play good basketball. They got a good system, a good culture over there. I won't necessarily say they're going to the finals because I want Detroit there. But they look good. And with Jason Tatum coming back, I wouldn't write them off. Who are your biggest disappointments? I think there was a lot of hype around a lot of teams. There's a couple players with a lot of hype around them all the time. Yeah. Who didn't come through this season?
Number 1 is Dallas Mavericks. But, hey, shout out to y'all. You see, the Lakers, you see what I'm rocking today. We got Luka. And y'all don't even got the person we traded for Luka and Anthony Davis, which is why I think you guys are one of the biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even see it out with Anthony Davis. I know he's injury-prone a lot. But the fact that y'all traded for him and then y'all let him go to the Wizards, that's bad management. The reason why Nico Harrison is out of there now. I believe that when you trade for a superstar player, give up a superstar player for Luka, and get Anthony Davis back, you got to keep him at least a year or something. You see the OKC, they traded Paul George, they got Shea. And now OKC might be a dynasty making that trade. You got to get something back for him, and I just think they dropped the ball on that. Kyrie Irving is out. Yeah. Cooper Flag looks great. Probably win Rookie of the Year here him or Con Knipple. But, man, I just don't like that they dropped the ball on that. So that's my disappointing team right there. Hopefully Kyrie can get back healthy. Next year they could, get some pieces, but they really dropped the ball in my opinion.
Yeah, every move they've made in free agency or just in trading folks has been a head scratcher. So I definitely agree with you.
Is
it's abysmal.
Yeah.
I think the team looks relatively bad. You believe in Cooper Flag, but if he wasn't a rookie and if that wasn't the situation, like you would be like, oh, this is a problem. Like, this is a dumpster fire.
And they lucked up on getting the number 1 pick. They really should be thanking God that they even got that first pick. Real.
I agree. Yeah, and I'm questioning the decisions they're making going forward.
For sure.
The second team, and I'll touch on this one. The second team is the Grizzlies. And not to say that we expected the Grizzlies to be any good. I just think both the team and John Morant have been and are disappointing. For them to not trade him, for him to not understand his value, and then for them to just be a trash kind of organization. You punted with Jaren Jackson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And you just don't really have a direction. And then you got a guy who at one point was a star, they thought was a star, and treated like a star. Can't ball if I'm watching, and the team can't necessarily pick another direction to go. And so that's my next disappointing team. Who's the third?
The Pelicans, they got a lot of talent on their roster, but I don't know if they're not meshing together or what, but I just feel like when you got Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Zion Williamson, DeJounte Murray just came back from Achilles injury, but I feel like that's a good – they all could have specialties. Like Herb Jones is a 3-and-D guy. Trey Murphy, he could score in 3 levels. You got DeJounte Murray, he plays defense. He's a playmaker. He could score a little bit. Zion Williamson, all his points is going to be mainly in the paint. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like Zion need a fresh start. I can see him being moved this summer now. I just think they ran his course, I should say. So I would get rid of Zion just because I think he need a fresh start. I like Trey Murphy, though. I wish the Lakers would get him. I think be a perfect fit for us.
It's a lot of teams who want Trey Murphy. I think the disappointing thing about the Pelicans is they gravely misunderstand the talent that they have on their roster.
Yeah.
As much as guys are good individually, and you can point out a guy and be like, he can ball, they suck collectively. And I mean, they can play and kind of, I wouldn't even say beat up on because they only have 22 wins, but they can play with teams that aren't good.
Yeah.
And anytime they're in a dogfight, you see them immediately fold. Or the reason why they don't play well and know how to win together. They should have got off of at least 2 of those guys and offloaded some talent for some draft picks in the future. New Orleans isn't a basketball town, a basketball city, and you're going to have to build something different than what you got. And as a Warriors fan who was kind of looking to get something up off their roster, it just didn't make sense for them to hoard picks like they were either a good team or that they were going to be a good team in the future. Doesn't make any sense to me. So that's my third disappointing team. But you wanted to talk about maybe not disappointments, but maybe a little bit of hate that a player got. We saw last year Tyrese Haliburton was voted as the most overrated player in the National Basketball Association by the players. This year the Pacers are 15-53. Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to touch on that real quick because a lot of hate was given to Tyrese Haliburton. A lot of people were saying he overrated, but he's like probably the last pure point guard left in the NBA. And that's sad because a lot of point guards are really just listed at point guard because they small as hell. But Tyrese Haliburton is one of the players that look to pass and dish out, assists for his other teammates versus looking to score. And the fact that he led that team to the finals, they was 1 win away from being OKC. And before he tore his Achilles, he was killing. I just think he got a lot of hate. And now look at the Pacers right now. They one of the worst teams in the NBA hoping to get the number 1 pick. So I just be like to the players, y'all think he's so overrated, but look at the Pacers right now, and he's one of the common denominators of why they're so bad. So I just want to give a shout-out to him, wishing a speedy recovery for him. But I think once he come back, you're going to see the Pacers look good. They might get the first pick of the draft. They traded for Zubats, which I think is a great pickup for a pick-and-roll game with him and Tyrese Haliburton, which he likes to do. So I just wanted to give a shout-out to him because they've been hating on my guy. But I think he's one of the best players in the league once he's healthy, and you've seen that going back to both conference finals back-to-back years. So get well soon, bro.
Man, and the Warriors picked James Wiseman over him. Moving on. Favorites for MVP. Who, in your mind, is number 1 right now?
Number 1 is Shea. I believe Shea is the best player in the NBA. He just does everything. That game I watched against Denver, he's really put the team on his back. They had so many players out, and he had made 2 game-winning shots. to seal the deal against the Nuggets. I think he's one of the best players in the league, or actually the best player in the league. So my top 5 would be him number 1. I would actually go Wemby 2, Jokic 3, Cade Cunningham 4, Jaylen Brown 5. That would be my top 5 MVP candidates right now. And if I had to make my ballot, that's how I would do it. Could you get 5 people on the ballot?
That's a really good list. That's a really good list. Wemby might be a little high on that list.
I think because they're the 2. I think they're the 2 seed. Nobody was. Well, you expected that, but like the national media wasn't expecting the Spurs to be number 2 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah, I'm going SGA only because of scoring and consistency, like the impact. Mm-hmm. His usage rate is interesting. I think when you look at his volume. Mm-hmm. Like as much as in big games, he shoots a little bit more.
Right.
A lot of his points come from the free throw line. He's still lethal. Like there still aren't too many spots on the floor where you're trying to make him take that shot.
Right.
You don't really want him to take the shot at all. You want him to pass the ball. And if anything, you want him to bail you out, like shooting the 3 ball. So I think he's just an absolute weapon. He's diverse in the way he scores the ball. And the refs are at his side. So it ain't really too much you could do with him when he gets going. Easy number 1 right now, especially if he stays under the game limit.
Yep.
Cade Cunningham to me is the clear number 2.
Number 2?
The only problem for the opposite reason is his usage rate and volume. And if we saw better efficient, and I don't like why we do this because your favorite guy of all time kind of mirrored this style of play in terms of like just let me do it and we'll win the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit, if he can get the volume up, the efficiency up a little bit, take a better kind of appetite of shots.
So you would have him 2 over Wemby and Jokic?
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, they're winning. And that's because they're winning basketball games. And this is where in basketball, to me, you have a direct, especially as a point guard, you have a direct impact on if the team is winning or not. Mm-hmm. And like we talk about value, I don't think this team looks the same without Cade Cunningham, much more so than the other people on this list.
Right. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't agree with that.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Maybe it's a little light-skin bias. I don't know, but
you want me to put Jokic above him because of white people? What? No. So Jokic would be 3.
Okay, 3.
And then to me, like Wemby and Jaylen Brown, I think because of what Jaylen Brown is doing, you can make an argument for 4 or 5 for either. But I mean, I would put Jaylen 4 and Wemby 5.
Okay.
I think what the Spurs are doing with the cast of characters they got, they play good ass basketball. They play well without him, and I think the idea of MVP is if I remove you, what does the team look like, right? And are you the driver of the team's success? Wemby will be that.
Right.
He's not that yet, especially when you watch the Celtics play. And a lot of what the Celtics do relies on Jaylen Brown scoring.
I ain't gonna really be mad that you got Cade too. I just think Wemby, I know the Eastern Conference, why too as well. The Eastern Conference isn't the hardest conference out of the 2. You gotta think. You got my Lakers, you got the Nuggets, you got the Rockets, you got the Timberwolves. That's harder. That's for sure harder.
Okay, I hear you. But then you look at the Eastern Conference, and you go to the Knicks, and you're playing all the dogs on the Knicks.
Right.
And you go to the Cavs, and you're playing James Harden now, and you're playing Donovan Mitchell, and this is guard play. You go to the Magic, and you're playing Desmond Bane and Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. And you go to the Raptors, it's Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes. And you go to the Heat, Bam Adebayo. We don't even necessarily got to talk about bruh.
No,
but Norm Powell. Wiggins, the white boy.
But none of those players you name is better than those players on the West side.
I'm not saying they're
bro.
better. I'm not saying they're better. These aren't bad basketball.
We got
teams.
Anthony Edwards. We got Wemby. We got
Edwards'
Jokic.
Team is the 6th seed.
We got
like as much
Jokic,
as I hear you,
Shea,
his team is the 6th seed.
KD. Like
his team is the 6th
what are we
seed.
talking about here? All the best players is in the West. I ain't even mentioned Kawhi. Kawhi been playing out his mind. He just dropped 45 games ago.
Listen, I'm not saying. What I'm not doing is saying like the Western Conference is worse than the Eastern Conference.
So which conference you think is harder right now?
That's not the argument I'm making, I don't think it matters.
I just want to. No, it do matter.
Why? For what?
This is off topic, but this is why one of the debates I be having with a lot of my friends about the Kobe and LeBron debate.
You're
LeBron played in the worst.
Long term, it matters.
LeBron played in the worst conference out of the 2 out of Kobe and him. and Kobe had to go through the Tim Duncan, Dirk, all of them people.
Long term,
Steve
that
Nash.
matters. I hear you.
So,
but we can't judge today what we're watching today.
Okay,
this
but I'm
season
saying-
off long term because we don't know where these players are going to end up. Long
okay,
term,
well, all right.
right.
Basically, what I was trying to say was the schedule or the conference you in
Like
matters.
strength of schedule. I understand that. I understand
That's
that.
all
And I
I'm
don't-
saying. That
Yeah, no. And I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I'm not. Part of me is like, don't act like the Pistons are just playing scrubs.
No,
like,
that's
crazy.
I
That's crazy.
respect the Pistons. That's why I had them as it was a surprise to me. But I'm just saying.
They're like walking the Knicks down,
Yeah.
walking the Cavs down. These are good basketball teams. That was kind of my only point. That was my only point. So I hear you. I hear you.
I got you.
What you think about Bam's 83, blood? We got to talk about it.
No, we don't.
Yes, we
no,
do.
we
Just
don't.
what you think about it? What you think
I
about
don't
it?
like it, bro.
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
What
that,
didn't you like
that
about it?
That fourth quarter was disgusting.
I get it.
That was
the
disgusting.
last 7 minutes was pretty rough.
No, the whole quarter. They
The whole
literally
quarter?
they was literally fouling the other team so Bam could get the ball. When Kobe scored 81 points, they was down that whole game. Man, Kobe scored 53 of his points in the second half. Like, they needed all of them points. If you go watch that game, they was down the whole game till the fourth quarter and he came back.
Why you bring up Kobe though? I wasn't even. I was asking you about Bam.
We
I was
don't
asking
know
you about Bam.
we don't know about that Wilt Chamberlain shit. We got all this shit of Martin Luther King doing speeches and shit in Washington D.C., but we don't got no video proof of Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points. So the real points record to me was Kobe before Bam broke it. So that's why I'm talking about Kobe. Kobe, I feel like his 81-point game was way more impressive than Bam 83 game. Y'all know I'm a Kobe fan. I watched that game. That game was pitiful. That shit was disgusting.
Okay, so
He had motherfuckers
who are
missing
you mad
free
at?
throws
Who are
on
you mad at,
purpose.
though? But who are you mad at?
All of them. The Wizards need to be stoned.
Okay, there
the
you
Wizards
go.
need to
That's
be
all I
stoned.
needed you to say.
The Wizards, y'all dumb.
Because you can't blame what I'm
if
saying.
I was playing for the Wizards, I would have let anybody else score but Bam. Matter of fact, go ahead, score. They literally was playing dumb defense.
Okay, I agree with that take.
And then Bam a hater because this motherfucker scored 81. He could have got taken out. This motherfucker talking about I want to get one more bucket. Like, nah, bruh. I ain't feeling that. Don't worry about it, though.
Wait. So what you expect is that anybody
Have some respect for what they say in the Bible. Respect your elders. There we go.
I don't condone the this team is gonna foul just to get. I don't condone that. I understand that.
They was fouling the other team, and it was
Bam wasn't doing it though.
Brother,
Why you mad at
up
Bam?
by 30 points in the fourth
But
quarter.
don't be mad at Bam.
No, that's disrespectful.
Don't be mad at Bam.
Nah, bro.
Hey, he was on the court saying don't foul. Stop.
At least
fouling.
let it be somebody that's known for scoring. Bam.
Okay, but now, let's talk about the actual basketball.
shout out
Did
to
you
him,
watch
though.
the first three quarters?
First
'Cause he
quarter.
was shitting on everybody
the first
who
quarter,
decided to
he was
guard him.
killing. He had 31 in the first quarter.
But the first three quarters, before like 2 minutes left to go in the third, and he had like 60 points.
Nah, he was doing his thing though.
He had like 10 free
that
throws.
fourth quarter that negates all that shit. Fuck that.
It doesn't.
No,
I
it
hear
does.
you because it's a real basketball
game. Did you watch
game.
the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I watched the whole
That
game.
was disgusting.
It was. I agree. It was crazy.
They was fouling.
But you know what I
the
thought
other
in that moment? You know what I thought? I was like, everybody on the Wizards is an idiot. I was like, I don't know what's
The
happening.
coach is too.
I was like, I don't know what's going on.
The coach is.
I'd be punching people if I was playing for the
I've never
Wizards.
heard of that coach that they got on the roster. He needs to be stoned. All of them on the
Okay,
Wizards
you
needs to
gotta
be
stop saying
stoned.
stoned.
No, yes, bro. That was pitiful.
I agree.
I done seen wheelchair basketball play better defense than the damn Wizards. That should be a shame.
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, he's been dunking on us the whole game. We're just going to
Bro,
let him
just
do
let
whatever he
anybody
wants.
else score. Not gonna let anybody else score.
Okay, here's my thing, right? He bullied them for 3 entire quarters. So whatever happened in the fourth quarter, to me, didn't matter. Like, he had 60
But he
in
could
3
have had
quarters.
70 and would have been cool.
Outside of Kobe, have you watched somebody score 60 in 3 quarters?
Kobe.
So I've watched. No, I'm with you. I've watched Steph and Clay do it. Whatever. If they in the fourth quarter, if we decided
But that's what I'm
to
saying,
kind of be
brother.
on some bullshit
Brother,
and
that's
just
what
be
I'm saying.
launching the ball to
Brother,
Clay.
that's what I'm
However,
saying. He's making my point.
no, I get what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying. As Clay Thompson, I'm shooting that shit every time.
Clay Thompson had
every
respect.
time.
He knew Kobe his idol. He said, bro.
Clay didn't take himself out the game though.
No, but
Steve
knew
Kerr
that.
did.
No, but
No.
they got
Clay didn't take him
respect.
out.
Why he do that? Because
Clay took him. Steve Kerr took him out the game because we were up like 30.
My point. These motherfuckers was up by 30 points in the fourth quarter, and they
Now-
got this nigga Bam still playing. No.
I agree. You just can't be mad at Bam. I hear you. You just can't be mad at
Bro,
Bam.
it's
Expecting
Bam,
another
bro.
man to be like, I'm not gonna go break a record because
Yeah.
of the record. What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
Bruh, Bam is the last. Bruh, you could ask a random NBA fan, who do you think would score 80? Bam would
Yeah.
probably be the 50th person you name.
I agree, but shit.
Shout out to him though, bro.
It is what it is.
I know it sounds like some hating shit. It kind of do, yeah, it do. Cause I'm mad Kobe don't got the 81
Okay,
no
at least
more.
he admitted it.
I ain't, you feel me? I could admit one, you feel me? But I ain't feeling that. But shout out to Bam though. But
It's good. It's good. Well, shout out Bam. We got some other guys to shout out because they're not scared of the bright lights, man. There's been some guys who've been balling this year. We talked a lot about Jaylen Brown, so we don't need to do that anymore, obviously, knowing he's going to be a top 10 MVP candidate this year. Who are some guys, maybe some younger guys in the league, who, man, they ain't scared of the bright lights at all?
I'm going to go Jalen Johnson. He got a lot of potential. Athletic wing, could score, defend, play make. You know, the Hawks got rid of one of their franchise players, and Trae Young, basically for him.
Yeah.
So I think the sky's the limit for him. I feel like they got the Pelicans pick as well.
I think so.
For the Derek Queen trade, which was dumb, they gave up 2 first-round picks for him. So now the Pelicans is doing bad. So the Hawks could have a top 3, top 5 pick.
And they will.
Yeah, so they future is bright. So I would go him, and then I just think that Jalen Johnson just got to keep developing, get a better 3-point shot. And I think, he just made the All-Star team as well. So
Who do you think he kind of, who does he remind you of? Because he's like 6'10", but play relatively loose, not as loose as a KD, plays a little bit more refined than a Giannis, has better handle.
I don't know. That's a good question. I couldn't put my finger on it because his game is appeared off of athleticism, based off of athleticism. So it's not like he got like a great mid-range game or a back-to-the-basket game.
Yeah, not a big bag.
Yeah, so he's just like he's very athletic. He can score a lot of points in the paint. So I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I got to think about it some more.
Yeah, good player. I'm excited to see him grow.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he kind of, like, if you're not paying attention to Atlanta, his rise kind of came to a surprise for a lot of folks, especially seeing him in the All-Star game.
Right.
But I think, Atlanta's going to bet on him. And they got some good young guys around him.
Yeah.
As long as he kind of develops, I think if he develops in the opposite way of Paolo, like stay away from trying to shoot as many jump shots and fadeaway shots and find a bag towards the basket and getting to the line. You know what I'm saying? And drawing contact.
They said Paolo Beccaro is like C.J. Stroud. They peaked in their rookie year.
Steak Ranchero. I saw a funny joke. I won't go there. Shout out to Jalen Johnson, man. Good young player. Next cat, man, is Stephon Castle. Like, incredibly underrated all-around player to me.
Right.
Playmaker, can make shots, can defend, and he's a floor general. I don't know who's kind of teaching him the ways, but he definitely knows how to
guard the best player, offensive player. Like, he wants that challenge.
And he kind of the feel of the game when you watch it is like he's a veteran. And he's only been in the league 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him keep growing. I think the Spurs have a good one, and as long as he kind of continues to develop, man, they're going to be
sky is the limit.
Yeah, dude, they're going to be crazy because he also be dunking on people's head top.
And he a bucket too.
One of the craziest 2-foot dunkers I've seen in a minute.
I know Luka don't play no defense, so you ain't gonna get no complaints. But he was freaking cooking Luka one game that we played the Lakers. I'm like, get Luka off him now, please.
Who's our last guy? Talk about the big man out of Detroit.
Jalen Duren, very improved every year, averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds. All-Star game this year too. He made the All-Star team. I like
much deserved, actually.
Yeah, he gets a lot of rebounds, has a high motor. He just feel like he get every rebound that comes his way. And, him and Kay Cunningham in that pick and roll action is always lethal. So I wanted to give a shout out to him and just keep improving because they're going to need him in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of teams going to probably be trying to trap Kay Cunningham, get the ball out of his hands. They're going to need Jalen Duren
when
to step up.
In the Knicks series, they didn't necessarily have a big post presence. You couldn't throw the ball in there and trust that something good was going to happen. As much as there might have been a little production, it wasn't a feature part of the offense, and you have to get the ball out of Cade's hands in the postseason in order for them to have success. Because him shooting 40 shots to get 40 points ain't going. That's not going to be a good recipe. All right, Tay, what's your song of the day, brother?
Magic by Vince Staples, banger. I've been playing that song out. My girl want to take my phone and throw it out the window because I keep playing that shit every day. It's all right. Shout out wifey.
That's funny. Shout out 22nd Gym, all black. Lil Yee, and One Umbrella, Run the City. That's my song of the day. Thank y'all for joining us for episode 1 of season 2.
Season 2.
Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you next week.
Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all go check that meal out. Go get it. We got QR code stickers everywhere too, man. Support the brand. We're going to have more collabs too. And then shout out Drew again for winning the Fantasy Football League.
All good, all good. Last shout outs is to Cam, our guy on the ones and twos. Shout out Angel, the man with the master plan on the computer doing the editing. And shout out Kingmakers for the space.
Shout out D-Bellz for the theme song.
Peace.
You pick the side, I just hope you gon' stand on it.